Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Dun, dun, dun. Episode 235. It's a effing Friday. Baby. Not gonna lie to you. We got a jam-packed show. Myself, I have bets galore. I talked to my man JCP prior to this show this morning. He is in standby right now. He has bets galore. Also, it's hard to even fit it in today because it's all about football on this Football Friday. But there is a championship World Series Fall Classic Game 1 tonight between the Diamondbacks and the effing Rangers down there in good old Arlington, Texas, where everything is bigger, baby. Eovaldi versus Gallen. That's going to be a good game. Can't wait for that one. Don't know how much we will talk about it. Talked about this series and this game for about 20 minutes yesterday on the show. If you want to check that out, you can find the show from yesterday. I have them labeled by number and date. But anyway, it's Friday. It's all about football. My man Jaden Chandler Parnell will be with us in a second on this beautiful episode of Captain by a Hook with the Red Beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going glassless today on this beautiful 27th of October, the spooky Halloween weekend up ahead. Man, without further ado, let's jump into some football talk with my man from the JC Pod, the always interesting, always insightful, Jaden Chandler Parnell, baby. How you doing today, my man?
Doing better since Mike Evans decided to score that touchdown. That literally was a night flipper. How we doing over there?
Mike Evans, man. Such a true,
Shout
pure, amazing talent to the game of football. He's definitely got to be top 3,000 all time on your list, don't you think? That's
Minimum,
a joke,
yeah.
people. If
Minimum.
you know anything, I'm a Saints fan. Shout out to Mike Evans, though. Really, truly is a great talent. Man, that was a pretty good game last night. If you had the +9, you get a little backdoor cover. I was also on the +8.5, so I got in there as well. Didn't get the over,
Man.
but hey, what do you know? I don't know why I expected.
You got really saved by that 2-point conversion then. That was a nice one for you because they went for 2. So I bet the +8.5 bettors were really, really sweating for a minute. And then,
Oh, yeah. I was
shout out
asleep,
Baker.
but I was sweating.
16-play drive. Like 9 minutes. I was able to score, though. That's all that matters.
I think Baker's a little underrated. I think he's always been a little underrated. I feel like the Bucs should be better. Like the defense is supposed to be at least average, which I mean they just held Josh Allen, who's supposed to be superb, to 20-something points, low 20s.
Without Vita Vea. They didn't have Vita Vea last night. That was a huge piece that they were just missing. And yeah, the defense didn't do horrible. I mean, they had the biggest thing was there was 4 huge plays where Josh Allen basically flipped the field on 40-yard plays, and that was pretty much where a lot of their big points came from. He had one to Shakir, I think one to Gabe Davis, another one to Shakir, where literally it's like they're on the 40 and then boom, instant red zone opportunity. But that's the name of the Bucs defense. Once they got in the red zone, I mean, the Bucs defense did a good job of shutting them down. It's just the Bills are way more talented. The Bills probably should have covered that game. They were at 28 for way too long, so they gave or 24 or whatever it was, way too long, so it gave the chance for the Bucs to basically backdoor.
Yeah, man. That's the one thing I've noticed about the Bills. They've had those few games where they've blown teams out, but other than that, their offense is not looking elite. I've always expected since Baker went to Tampa, and then we got the first couple weeks of them. I think they started the season off 2-0 or 3-0. I know they blew the Saints out week 3 or 4. And then since then, I think they're like 1-4, struggling. This offense with
Yep.
Baker and Evans and Godwin, I feel like it should be producing more points. It should be one of the higher scoring offenses. For some reason, it just hasn't been. Barely get to 18 last night with the 2-point conversion. I would like to see more from this Tampa Bay offense. Even against the Falcons last week, I think they only put up 10 or 13.
They need a better run game. I mean, that's at the end of the day. Rashad White didn't have a terrible night last night, but that's pretty much that's what's killing it. Because I mean, yes, they have all the talent in the world, but when you are like 28th in rushing the football, I mean, teams just don't have respect. They can leave 6 guys in the box, and at one point, Rashad White's getting 2-3 yards a carry, and then it's like, oh, what do you know? It's 3rd and 4. They run it, they ain't getting 4 yards, so you
Yeah.
best believe they're going to pass, and then that's that's the issue. Once they figure out to find a decent run game, I mean, Rashad White's talented. I just don't know why they haven't been able to rush the ball if it's all line if it's him, but they were able to find a run game. Yeah, I mean, they got all the talent in the world to mess around in that division too, especially with the Dirty Birds leading it right now. Saints are still in it too. Panthers probably not in it, but the division's wide open right now.
Yeah. No, it is.
Tough.
It is. It is. I wrote that in the article this week on Stare Down Sports about the Saints still being in it.
Shout out.
But man, I forgot where I was gonna take it. Oh yeah, it's the offensive line. You don't have to talk too much on it. But I think that's the biggest problem. Baker's under pressure a lot, and the run game is like you said. I watched the first half of that game last night. Every run was just stuck at the line.
They have like a real quick that I think they have a rookie right guard starting in. I'm pretty sure what's his name? Hainsey. I'm pretty sure Hainsey is a converted guard to center pretty much because they lost Ryan Jensen for the year with that injury. So I think that's pretty much where their issues is I think it's a mix of Rashad White maybe not finding the holes at the exact point when he needs to, and then the offensive line just not being fully meshed yet because I feel like they've had a lot of moving parts. Tristan Wirfs is playing a new tackle position. It's a piece of work, I tell you what.
A lot of flags too. I noticed holding false starts.
Jeez, yeah, that man. Mike Evans had his over pretty much until that one holding play by the rookie. I mean, man, when they said holding 69, I tell you what, that was heartbreaking. And Mike Evans was wide open. You see him kind of look. You see him see the flag drop. He just kind of runs out of bounds. It's like,
Yeah. No, that is heartbreaking if that's how it lost.
Pretty much, probably. I think so. He would have I think he would have probably got it if that was the case. But yeah, I mean, it was because of a holding. That pass got called back. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if they're holding, there's like an 85% chance that Baker would have got his head taken off. So he kind of got to. Usually how it goes, because if there's somebody's holding, there's a good chance that 300-pound lineman
for a reason, yeah.
Quarterback. They usually ain't just holding the hold.
Yeah.
They usually hold every possession.
Desperation kicks in. Man, we're definitely going to get to the full slate the rest of these NFL games. I know me and you both have a huge slate of college. We don't have time to get through the whole college in like every game, but I do want to get every one of your picks and throw out every one of my picks again and maybe talk here about a few games that are interesting to us. What does your slate start this weekend?
We're gonna start right back where it kind of started last week in good old Penn State country.
Okay.
I'm not taking Penn State.
Okay.
And I'm not taking Indiana. I'm not taking Indiana plus 31.5. Stared at it all night. I couldn't do it. So you know what I did? I told the people last week on my show I'd do a better scouting job, and I did. Indiana team total over 6.5 minus 138. They're gonna score a touchdown at some point. That's basically what it is. If they scored a touchdown against Michigan, they can. Who, by the way, Michigan has allowed no red zone touchdowns all year still, I believe. I believe that's still a thing. It was due up last week. But I don't know. I can't, with Michigan State game, I don't know if they scored in the red zone or not, so I'm not 100% sure. I would have to double check back. But for the most part, yeah, I think Indiana can fall into a touchdown. 6.5 points on a 31-point spread. I mean, they're going to score at some point. There's no way that they shut them out. It's not Iowa. They got some athletes outside.
Hey, I'm going to ride down with you.
I mean, 6.5 for a college game. Like, I mean, and it's a Power 5 team. That's kind of like, I don't want to say disrespectful, but I mean, I know Indiana's bad, but they ain't 6.5 point team total bad.
No, I
know Penn State's defense is good.
I agree with you. I think they get one, even if it's garbage time. I think that we might even be sweating this in the fourth quarter, but I think they get it.
And then it's one of those things like, hey, there we go, and it's a lot of juice, like I said, but I mean, it's not the worst. It's just, like I said, Indiana's not the best, but it's one of those things where they got the athletes to be able to do stuff. This next one, some of these lines aren't moving in my favor, so it kind of has me a little bit nervous. But I gave it out on my show, so I got to give it out on this show. Northwestern. I got it at 14.5. It's now 13.5. Kind of depressing, I won't lie, but it's Maryland's not bad. They're coming off a bye, but Maryland's coming off 2 losses, and their offense, I don't want to say it's looked horrible, but it's not looked the best, and they're struggling for whatever reason. Northwestern's not very good at all. I think it's one of those things where potentially Northwestern just can stay in the game long enough. I liked it at 14. More moves the other way makes me a little bit nervous, but like I said, odds for that. Sorry, I was trying to read the odds for that as well.
Minus 104 right now on Northwestern.
Yep, minus 104. Yep. I was just say yeah. Well, it was 14 yesterday, minus like 115. That was a little bit better, but not the worst. But yeah, definitely one of the scary ones for me. Another one I got Duke +4. That's another scary one. I don't know what the odds are for that. I got to double check, but Riley Leonard should be playing. It sucks he played last week and tweaked his ankle. That means that Duke really thought they could have won that game last week.
It moved to 4.5 minus 110. I'm sorry, you can keep going.
No, you're all good. I appreciate that. I liked the 4.5 even better. This is one of the ones I have yet to play, so I'm probably going to play this morning. I was waiting for some money to settle, but the only thing that scares me is Riley Leonard is not fully himself, and a mobile Riley Leonard is like the best, and their backup has proven that he is just not a guy as of yet. I mean, I think his name is Blevis. Sorry if I mess up your name, my boy. He's not horrible, but he's not too good. He's still finding his way is the best way to put it. So I like Duke +4.5, especially if Riley Leonard can stay in. The only thing that scares me is he tweaked his ankle. They're playing Louisville, who I don't know what this Louisville team is. They get up for Notre Dame, but they can't get up for Pitt, so they lose there. But they are at home. Good. It's a good coaching matchup as well. But I'm going to ride Duke in the defense because defense does travel. I just hope they can keep Jag Plummer to not Jag plus Plummer, as my boys in the Cover 3 podcast like to call him. Because that boy Plummer, when he's a Jag plus, he can get it a little bit going. And for those of you who don't know, that's just another guy.
Okay. I see what you did there. See, Juvenile, real quick, just to jump in, Juvenile, yes, the rapper from the 90s, as y'all call him, still making music. About 5 years ago, he dropped a song, but it was Just a Gangster.
Hey, that boy is not a gangster. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, that guy's a guy. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, those might be some gangsters. This Jack Plummer guy, I don't know, Jake. I even said the game wrong. Riley Leonard might even be a gangster potentially, but not this Plummer guy. No, honestly, this is all relying on Riley Leonard being okay and being able to do something all right. But I will admit I'm a bit nervous about it. The next game I got, this one's going to be another interesting one as well. Virginia plus 18.5 against Miami. I'm just basically hoping for a backdoor situation here where Miami just basically messes around with their food long enough for them to stay in. They're coming off a big win against Clemson in double overtime. But Virginia's also coming off against a huge 23-point upset against UNC. So my only fear there is that Virginia won their game last week. They aren't going to be able to get up. But I won't lie, they are a horrible team, but they've somehow been able to improve each week, and they haven't looked the worst. But like I said, 18.5 is a lot, so I'm going to be on it for Miami, or on the other side of Miami, just because I don't trust that Miami team. Even them beating Clemson, it was one of those things where it's I feel like Clemson just more have lost the game than Miami won, and Miami didn't play horrible, but I just still don't like that team.
Clemson's been doing that all season. We saw him miss the field goal against Florida State. We saw him lose to Duke. They just been losing games, man, more than the other teams been beating them. How do you feel about that over, real quick? Just thoughts on it. You don't have.
What is the over?
47.5.
If it's an 18-point spread, that's probably pretty good, I would say. I mean, I could see this Miami's. I can see Miami scores probably 30, and then Virginia can score 20, and then 50. I could see that easily. I easily see Virginia at least putting up 2 touchdowns. So it's just if you think Miami can score in the 20s or 30s. Is Van Dyke playing? That might be another thing that I don't know.
I'll look into that a little more. Yeah, I was just curious. It looks right on the money for me, so I was just curious. But it looks
that's not bad at all.
I can see it getting to the 50s.
It could be.
You said.
Yeah, I could see it being a 30-28 game, finishing like that. I could see it. I could even see Miami dropping 40 on them potentially and blowing these boys out. This game could go any sorts of way. It just depends how much they let Virginia in it. The longer they keep Virginia in it, I think that Virginia will lean more on the run game. So hopefully they can just for your over, if you take it, they just get them out of there quick. Your boys, first time all year, man. I'm gonna ride them. That green wave. I've run the green wave all year. Just whatever weekend this weekend felt right. Green wave minus, I believe it's still 10.5.
10.5 minus right 105, baby.
Yes, sir. Against them Rice boys. Tulane, I believe, is on a 13-game winning streak on the road against teams that are horrible, pretty much is the way to put it, or unranked, I guess. And they've also covered, I think, in pretty much all those games. So Tulane minus 10.5, minus 105. The Green Wave are good, baby. I love them. We're gonna ride them. They've been having a decent year so far. And Rice is not very good. We'll just say that they aren't the best football team around.
Scholastics is what Rice cares about.
Pretty much. There's a game I'm a bit nervous about because the line moved against me. I might try to wait. Colorado. It's at 16.5 now. I still don't mind it, but 17 was such a key number that I loved. I forgot to place it in last night. There's just one I just was a dummy and forgot to place. So I'm a bit nervous there. They moved to 16. I still don't mind it, but I'm going to definitely try to get it back at 17. UCLA, Chip Kelly, I tell you what, that guy is really proving it to the NCAA on how many plays he can get in with his new rules and everything. Their team's getting like 85 plays a game in or something like that. We're talking max hyperdrive speed. They're just play on offense. So it could wear out the defense a little bit. Colorado plays fast as well, so it's crazy. UCLA might have a faster pace than Colorado. Like that might be legit. But the biggest thing that does scare me is UCLA's defense. This might be one of the best fronts Colorado's faced all year. So they're going to have to do a decent job of protecting Shedeur. But if they're able to protect Shedeur, I think Colorado's able to hang in this game. I might even do a little small sprinkle on the money line. Like I think Colorado coming off that last week of loss, I think that was a big growing moment for their team. They had a week bye to deal with Deion being pissed off. And I think Deion's a good coach. I think he's going to get the boys ready. I think they for sure cover. I don't know about winning, but I might have a little bit of fun with that money line. But yeah, give me the 16.5. I don't mind it. I would love 17.5.
Yeah, I took it at 17.5. I love Colorado in this spot. The only thing that does scare me is what you mentioned about the defensive line. We saw what they did against Oregon, against a great defensive line. However, they've had time to adjust. They've had time to hold themselves accountable, grow, look at the film, learn. Hopefully they come in here with a little more heart. You go into Oregon riding a high wave. I think they've been brought down to earth a little more.
Yeah.
They were the best team in the country going into Oregon before Oregon beat them for the first time. But yeah, I'm on Colorado with you, plus the points.
And now it's going the other way pretty much. Now everyone's like, oh, this Colorado team's a fraud. Why do we ever believe in them? All the new fans who join college football are basically out of it now because they're lost and they're on to their new favorite team in the NFL.
Nah, man, this is crazy. The amount of hype and the amount of pressure these days garner with social media and stuff. Colorado.
It's even worse in college.
You go from
college football.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you good. I was gonna say you go from 0-11 to anything better than that, or 1-11 to anything better than that in one season. You should just be happy.
That's
for
the
progress.
expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. I was about to say college is the worst sport about it too, because you look at Clemson. Clemson has been up there for all these years. Now they lose 3 games in a season. They could have an 8-3 season, but for Clemson, that's like disastrous. That's like basically going 0-11, which is crazy to think about. Like the expectations are crazy. And then it's professional sports. It's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all as bad, but in college, it's probably the worst. Because I mean, like especially like NFL, for example. I know we don't need to spend all day on this, but you drive. What is it? You lose 4 seasons in a row, you're out, no question. Even if it's like, well, say you're on the Bears. Like the Bears are just cycling through head coaches right now. Matt Nagy had one good season. One good season made the playoffs. Double doink happens. Bad year, gone. Now Eberflus is in. He's about to be gone. I mean, they just clean the slate with you so quick. College, there's a little bit more. It's a little bit more controlled slightly, but it's also worse because if the coach loses 2 games in the season, the players are like, damn, it's over. They're getting ready to transfer. Yeah. They're trying to go undefeated. It's the Wild West, basically, when it comes to that.
Man, down here in the South, LSU lose 2 games, season over, bro.
It's over. That's what's crazy. LSU season's already over, and they've had an amazing tournament.
Yeah, they could go 10-2, but it's like, bro, as soon as we lose hope of that championship, it's over, bro. That's how Clemson feels. That's how I'm sure a lot of school feels that are competing at that level.
Look at Bama. Bama's a 2-loss team, and it's going to be a miracle if they make the college football playoffs. That's what's going to be awesome when they have the 12 teams. I'm excited for that. That's the one nice part about the 12 teams.
You're going to see teams like Tulane making a run. It's going to turn into some real madness. Can you see Tulane that's an 11 seed just making a run?
Yeah, I mean, imagine. It's going to suck for some of the big teams who are like, what, now we got to play like 4 extra games? I mean, I like the Wild West part of it because it's like, yeah, I mean, what if Tulane comes in? They just have a stud quarterback who's been lighting it up. And now the Tulane defense, it's literally like TCU last year. Imagine TCU, but there's an extra 3 or 4 of them. It's going to be great. To go back to the betting slip though, because I know we don't want to get too carried away. I think you're on this team as well potentially. Kentucky plus 3.5 over Tennessee. No real reason for it. Home team advantage. I'm just gonna go here. Tennessee absolutely fell apart to Alabama last week, so I don't know how they're feeling mentally after that. It was 27.5. As the article you read quoted, they were rolling Alabama, and then all of a sudden that rolling turned into a 34-20 ass whooping. It was crazy. Alabama just flipped the switch. So I'm curious to see how Tennessee gets off the mat, because yeah, that was a big game to lose. And then now they're going back on the road to face a Kentucky team that I think is a little bit hungry after what happened to them against Georgia, and then I forget what they did last week. But
Oh, it
maybe
wasn't
Kentucky
pretty.
3.5.
2 bad weeks for Kentucky, which bars me to ask the question a little differently this week. How good is
Okay.
Kentucky? Huh?
I don't
I am
know.
on
This is a big
Kentucky.
test.
Yeah, I'm on Kentucky at home plus 3.5. I haven't believed in Tennessee in years. I think since Peyton Manning left, I haven't believed in Tennessee Volunteers. Not even last season, and especially not this season. Look for them to have key losses like this. Took their season total under before the season. So these are the kind of games that I need them to lose. I want them to lose, and I think Kentucky at home is the perfect time to step on it, especially with 3 and a hook on there. So I am definitely all over Kentucky with you, man.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of those teams they're trying to go bowling. I mean this is a good test for Kentucky. This is about the
It
level of
is.
comp. This is like the best level of competition they will play before they get. This is like basically like the bouncer. If they can get past the bouncer, then it's like okay, maybe you can have a chance to do something in the club. But I mean, this is the test pretty much for them. This is Tennessee. They're about where Tennessee was, I think, last year potentially. Like Kentucky, this Kentucky team has a chance to be. They just got to run the ball. We're going back to the semi wagon. This isn't the full wagon. Air Force minus 13.5 over Colorado State. Air Force has been good to me this year. That's about all I need. I am nervous because they do have some injuries on offense potentially, and Colorado State might be able to play them decently. But Air Force has covered for me all season. I'd be a fool not to go back to them. So I'm just going to ride the Falcons, baby. They've been good to me. We just got to keep doing it. 2 games I'm really curious in real quick. And then I only have 2 more left for college, and I'm all good. Ohio State minus 14.5, IU plus 31.5. Those are 2 games I've been looking at. I don't know. I lean the Wisconsin Ohio State under just because I don't think the Ohio State offense is going to do too much, and then I think the Wisconsin defense can potentially smother them a little bit. Meanwhile, Wisconsin on offense is just yeah. I don't know what to explain it as. We'll just leave a gap there. I don't know what they are. So we'll just
Oh,
leave it there. I don't know what. Just
Ohio
there.
State offense has been tragic this season.
They
Watching
don't
them
have an
try to
NFL
score,
QB right now.
watching them try to score on anybody has been horrendous. Watching the Marvin Harrison Jr. show has been exciting. Um, they definitely need a quarterback who can make some throws. Even last week, I forget who they played. Um, Man, I watched the game, had money on it, forget who they played. But I watched the quarterback miss a few throws. Penn State, I watched the quarterback miss a few throws early in the game, like wide open receivers down the field. I'm looking at this Ohio State
Man,
team, and I'm like, man, if you want to go anywhere this season, you need to either put this backup quarterback in or run the damn ball a hell of a whole lot more. And then to make things even worse, you had C.J. Stroud on the sideline. It was just like, damn.
man. Y'all missing him, huh?
And Ohio State broke my heart, man. All this season, do not believe in them at all. However, they are playing Wisconsin, which means I'm on Ohio State minus 14.5, baby. I think Ohio State blows Wisconsin out. I think they win by 44. Wisconsin is horrible, man.
It should. Yeah, Wisconsin. Only good thing about Wisconsin is their defense, but the defense can only do so much. Shout out the backup quarterback for the Ohio State though. Where's 33 for Sammy Ball? That's pretty savage.
Oh, he
I
just
love
broke his
that.
leg, huh?
Oh, is it broken?
I don't know. I saw the play. I don't know. I didn't follow up.
I saw him grabbing his leg. I can
He was
check. I'll check real quick before we move on from the
crying and
game. But yeah,
screaming.
Yeah, that's what I want. They probably just rolled his ankle. No, I'm just kidding. I actually have no clue. I don't want to joke about it before I actually see if he actually did like break his leg or some shit. I'd feel awful.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, the biggest thing with Ohio State is just they got to score. If they're able to score, they should smother and absolutely destroy Wisconsin. It's just that I don't know
What's
if they're going to be able to score fully.
the perfect team to
Devin
get your
Brown,
groove back against? To me, this year is Wisconsin. Nobody's going to be at this game. I've seen all over social media this whole season, 300 people showing up to Wisconsin football games. They putting up 6 points on
pressing.
average. I don't know the average, but I feel like every time I look up, they're losing 23-6. I think this is the game Ohio State looks like Ohio State, and everybody kind of backs off. Like maybe they are good, and then we get to fade them again because the numbers adjust, and they really aren't good. But against Wisconsin, Ohio State looks like some dogs. Give me Ohio State minus 14.5. I'm definitely on that with you. You said Indiana's your last game?
No, I got I got like 2 or 3 more to give out, and then I'm good. But by the way, he apparently all they're saying is he twisted his leg on the goal line. He's out a few weeks. Shout out college, where they don't have to give shit away.
Right.
Like, who knows what the hell's wrong with him? Honestly, they can just be like, yeah, he twisted his leg. He's gonna be out for a few weeks. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, what? Like, damn, his boy's leg backwards or something? Two more for sure. I got Oklahoma State minus 7.5. They've been getting better and better and better every week. The biggest thing is they're gonna have to be able to establish the running game. I need to remember who they're playing against real quick. So give me 20 seconds.
Cincinnati.
I can't. Cincinnati, yeah. Cincinnati's not been that good this year. It's been a really rough year for them. So give me Oklahoma State. Cincinnati can kind of stop the run, though, so that's a big thing. If Oklahoma State can establish the run on them, they're going to be able to do some things. And wagon status, baby. James Madison minus 20.5. We're going right back to it. It's covered all. I mean, hey, you can check Twitter. That wagon's been rolling for a few weeks now. Let me give me them to keep going. They play Old Dominion, who is horrible. They might even potentially be on quit watch. I don't know if that's 100% sure. I heard rumors out there about it, but give me James Madison to cover big. The only thing that does scare me, James Madison was ranked for the first time last year for 1 week and then lost 3 weeks in a row. I don't see him doing that this year. I think they got the battle scars from last year. Give me James Madison. 2 more games. First one I'm for sure probably going to take Vandy plus 25.5. Haven't lost for more than 25 this year. They didn't even lose to 25 to Georgia. They're big dogs to, I forget, some big SEC team, I believe. I can't remember who exactly off the top of my head, but I like them mainly for the fact that, yeah, they've been able to stay in a lot of these games. I don't think it's anybody too good. It's Ole Miss. Yeah, even better. Give me Vandy minus 24.5, or plus 24.5, excuse me. I don't think Ole Miss is going to blow them out that bad. And then Purdue, Nebraska under something I'm looking at. Nebraska is basically playing 4 freshman wide receivers and a walk-on tight end. Purdue, the only thing that scares me with Purdue is can't guard anybody on defense, but I think even in man-to-man, they can put these yeah, I won't lie. Ryan Walters is a jackass. He keeps running man-to-man with corners that shouldn't be running man-to-man. But I'm not a coach. I'm not going to say anything. Apparently, he sees him in practice every day. He knows something I don't. But I might want to take that under there just because, yeah, Nebraska can't score, Purdue can't score. That's pretty much is how it goes. And I lean Purdue in that, but I got to stay away from this fucking Purdue team. I swear to God, they're going to make me have an aneurysm.
Now, you need to tell the books to take them off.
Bro, it's the worst. It's the opposite. Because I'm in Indiana, they think they're one of my favorite teams. So they're one of the first 2 things I see, man. It's bad. I got to just stay away.
Nah, hey, they ain't lying. They do that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. It's that old adage, man, with the coach. It's like play your system and force players to try and fit, or make a system around new players each year that works for them.
Man coverage is not one of those things you want to be doing that with. I tell you what. All the things to run. In basketball, you can maybe get away with a little bit of man coverage like that. On the NFL field, if you run man coverage like that, boy, it takes one double move. And that boy is running 85 to the house. And that corner's just laying on the grass looking back.
Right. Looking at coach like, man, I ain't
going to have a scholarship next year, am I?
Right. Should I move the linebacker? Looking at
running back.
Y'all need any safeties? Coach, I can fold some towels.
Hey, coach. I can take snaps.
Yeah. Everybody want to be quarterback. Man.
Everybody.
Florida State, baby. Minus 20 in the hook. Wake Forest, garbage. Florida State.
Listen, both their QBs potentially too, by the way.
Wake Forest?
Yes.
I can't believe it's only 20.5.
I don't get
closer
that line
to 24, 25 with the third string quarterback. Give me
I don't get that line call.
Minus 20.5. And then give me the over as well, 51.5. Florida State rolls, baby. We're going to go Kansas plus 10. It's now plus 9.5. Ain't that some hot dog trash? Too. Kansas plus 9.5 at home. Yeah, the Sooners, baby. That's your boys. Lincoln Riley? Nah, he's at USC now. I don't even know who that
my boy.
The next one I got what'd you say?
Oh, sorry, my fault. No. I was just gonna say, yeah, he's at USC, not Oklahoma. I was just.
Yeah, I can't think of the Oklahoma's coach off the top of my head.
John Lewis.
Don Lewis.
No, I have no idea. I just said John, but we can go Don Lewis. I like that. The new
All
coach from
right, Don
Oklahoma.
Julio. Houston, baby. H-Town, stay Don. Plus 17.5. I'm taking them on the road. It's facing Kansas State. I should have worn my glasses because I can barely read anything. Um, they are necessary
Oh,
to the show. Friday, I try to let loose. We're going to go Houston on the road plus 17.5. I think it's going to be a little small shootout. I think it ends with both teams in the 30s, at least upper 20s, covering the 17.5. Oregon taking on Utah. Talk about a Pac-12 showdown. One of the last few times we can say this. Pac-12 showdown, Oregon, Utah. Give me the over 48.5. It's moved down to 47.5. Love it even more. I'm taking the over 47.5. Utah offense looked like they woke up against USC, so I'm going to jump on the train. They have been playing some lower scoring games earlier in the season, but I think Oregon scores at a high tempo pace to keep Utah on their toes. I think this game goes to the over. Auburn, baby, SEC, big doggies, the Auburn Tigers. Trying to find Mississippi State. I've been fading Mississippi State all year, man. Yeah.
they're bot.
I've been fading Mississippi State all year. Auburn minus 6.5 at home. Give it to me, baby. Even better. I love it, man. Might be one of my best bets of the weekend just because of the Mississippi State fade train I've been on. We already talked
Did
about
you see the score last week of their game? Arkansas, 7-6 barn burner.
Oh, that was
one of the worst football games of all time. Potentially.
That was Mississippi State.
I didn't watch it. Yep, I'm pretty sure.
I had whoever lost that game, and I had them by a lot.
I think it was, I'm pretty sure Mississippi State, and that was Mississippi State and Arkansas last week.
I had them actually by 6.5. Now that I'm thinking about it, just like Auburn is. No, it was bad. I think you said 7-6. I think it was 7-3.
Sorry, 7-3.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't let me disrespect them boys now.
No, I was on whoever lost that game. Minus 6.5, I think.
Man, yeah. I mean, if they're only putting up 7 points, Auburn should be able to do decent.
No, I had a horrible morning starting last week, bro. I'm telling you, hockey saved my life last weekend, bro. I started off with Penn State, that game, and UAB against Memphis, who blew.
Man.
Memphis blew him out the damn water, bro. I'm looking at Trent Dilfer. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He can't see me because he's on TV, but I'm looking at him. But, man.
Shout out Trent, boy. Just getting his ass blown out.
Hell, yeah.
Man. Damn. I kind of liked them, too, last week. I forgot they got their ass blown out. Damn.
No, it was heartbreaking, bro. I cut the TV off about 1 o'clock last week. Didn't watch another football game all day.
Man.
Cut it back on to watch a little bit of USC while I was cooking. But we both on Kentucky. We both on Colorado. Talked about Ohio State. Last game, 2 more games. Washington State minus 6.5, baby. Give me Charlie Ward to bounce back after losing last week. Sorry. Arizona State, baby, down there in Tempe. You can get this number at 5.5 now. I took it at 6.5. Washington State going down there to A Mountain, Tempe. Probably scoop up some snow bunnies and walk away with a W. Arizona State still improving every week, but Washington State definitely the better football team at this time. Arizona State in the heart of the desert. Beautiful city down there in Phoenix. Washington State walks away with a win by double digits. Give me Washington State minus the 5.5. And then down there in Tucson, 2 hours away from Phoenix, another butt whooping will be going on. Give me Oregon State as the last game of the night. 9:30 tip off in Tucson. Give me Oregon State minus 3.5 on the road.
Man, I kind of lean the other way in that game. What do you like in Oregon State?
Arizona. I like that they're playing Arizona. No, I'm playing. I love this boy DJ Uiagalelei. I think he has the big game power.
DJ Ukulele.
Yeah. Arizona, they beat somebody 44-6 recently. I like their improvements. I just don't.
They've been playing a lot of close games. I will say that.
Yeah, 3.5. I mean, this 4.5, 5.5. I might go Arizona. If you look at my paper, just to prove it to you that I like Arizona as much as you, I wrote Zona and then scratched it out.
Oh shit!
And then went Oregon State.
I was just curious what you saw in that game. I hear a lot of people that are like Arizona.
Arizona,
fault.
bear down. I just don't think they're gonna beat an 11 seed in the country. I don't think Oregon State's gonna let them. It's late in the season. If this was earlier in the season, maybe. But these boys' juices is pumping. They playing for something. DJ Ukulele, I don't know how many years he got left, but I'm sure he's coming to the end of his college career. I think he wants to go out with some good moves, some good games. I just think Oregon State's just gonna win this game by double digits. Arizona, I don't know. That 44-6, I lost money on that game too. Whoever Arizona played.
Blew them out. I forget who it was too, but yeah, they just slaughtered them. Shout out that boy DJ Uiagalelei.
Nah, you already know.
Oh, man, you should do decent. I'm not DJU, baby. You shouldn't be too bad.
I also been riding Oregon State this year and don't know why. Been betting them for a while now. I forgot to do timestamps on this video.
Oh boy. Good luck on that one.
Yeah, they gonna.
Man, I was waiting for you to say the first. I was waiting you for forget to do it the first day. I'm like, man, it might be with me because we'll be talking. You won't even think about looking down.
I didn't think about writing no timestamps. But I mean, I guess I could just put from 0 to 37 minutes college football.
I'd say, yeah. I mean, you basically just skipped the intro. We just didn't do too much.
And just piss everybody off. They're gonna be like 37 minutes. Come on, man. Y'all ain't break it down by sections, time slots, conferences, nothing.
Hell no. We ain't to there yet. I need to start doing that with my episodes real quick before we move on to the NFL. I need to start doing like actual like, hey, this is what I've just been so lazy lately. Like, here's the whole NFL state. Listen to it and find it yourself. Yeah, no, I'm excited for Sunday, man. There's a few little good games. There's a lot of 8.5 point spreads. I'm kind of like irritated with a bit, but if I had to give you $100 to guess who's my 2.5 line again, even though I know you looked. Who's our 2.5 again this week?
Oh, the Falcons?
Yep. 2.5 again, man, without failure.
Every week.
And every weekly special. It's like the weekly special. Every time you come on Friday. The Friday special, Falcons 2.5.
No, they've been living up to it though, man. Every game it comes down to Young Ho Koo kicking the damn field goal.
You know he's one of the best kickers all time, like NFL right now. Like his percentage wise, he's like second all time behind Tucker. Percentage wise, he's at like 89% of his field goals.
I've been watching this kid break hearts since before the memes, since before he went famous. I keep a close eye on Atlanta just because I gotta keep your enemies close.
That's a hot boy right there. I tell you what, he's a hot boy too. He got the hair, boy looking fly out there.
Now it's heavily juiced too, bro. Minus 122 on Falcons, minus 2.5. I'm not gonna lie to you. We could talk about this game first if you want. Will Levis getting the start over Ryan Tannehill or Tannehill. They're hoping he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back. Will Levis, baby. What you think about him leading first game, proving all the haters wrong?
Man, it sounds like they're gonna play Willis too. Vrabel came out and said they're gonna. I just don't know how logistically this is gonna work. There has to be one quarterback with that headpiece in, so I wonder if it's gonna be Will Levis. They might have them both on the field at the same time potentially. I don't know what to expect from Will Levis. Truly, like I got no clue. His girlfriend broke up with him, so he might have a little revenge body action going on. He was drafted late, has a little bit of the chips on the shoulder. He also doesn't like milk, and I don't fuck with that. Right. No, honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue. Honestly, I have no clue what's going to happen.
It does show a certain softness mentally. However, I think this kid.
Hey, that boy don't got big bones. That's all you know. That boy don't got big bones if he ain't liking milk. But no, I think he should do all right. It's just we're comparing him to Desmond Ritter. He might. No, honestly, I think he's like he might be a worse person than Desmond Ritter. Honestly, I think him and Desmond Ritter might be very comparable. But I haven't seen any NFL film, so I don't know. I'm excited to see how the kid does. It just sucks that he's playing for a team that looks like they might be selling. I mean, they let the Eagles fleece him again for a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, they took their best offensive weapon and their best defender. I mean,
no, they might as
well getting fleeced.
They might as well send the Eagles Henry $1 million.
Might as well. Jeffrey Simmons.
They just need to help the
Eagles.
Might as well
send Vrabel.
Help the Eagles win a championship.
Man, I won't lie though. Yeah, the Titans are a mess right now. So the Falcons should win this game. Honestly, I am excited though. I am genuinely excited to see Will Levis though, because that's a whole. If he does good, I'm excited to see how that division goes, because you got my Colts with Anthony Richardson, a Texans with C.J. Stroud, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, and Will Levis and the Titans. It might be a whole new era. That's something that I'm very interested to see how it is. Or if they mess up, this is 2 years in a row or 2 or 3 years in a row now, where the Titans just don't have a good quarterback in there. Are they going to draft another one next year? Waste another pick?
I think Levis is the guy, man. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Might be.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think Levis is the Brock Purdy of this season. And I don't think he's gonna carry him into the playoffs and win anything, but I think he's gonna finish the season strong, make them respectable again, give the city hope, give the franchise hope. Maybe they stop trading all their best players. I think Will Levis is gonna show something.
If he throws it to D-Hop, that's a good way to start your career. Just throw it to that guy.
You saw Kyler Murray literally just threw that thing up a couple times, and D-Hop went and got it.
I mean, you saw with the Texans. He played with Brian Hoyer, Josh Greinke, Dan Marley. I mean, he just played with Magic Johnson. I mean, he played with anybody you could think of at quarterback. I mean, dude, they were just throwing guys out there at quarterback, and D-Hop was catching amazing. I mean, I think Will Levis will be okay. The biggest thing. I just don't know what to expect, man. I'm very curious to see like what his prop wise. I'm just curious, like, what do they expect him to do? Like, if he's gonna have like 150 yards passing, like 20 yards rushing, like what do they expect? That's what I'm curious.
They don't have nothing posted. Yeah.
Nothing. I don't know if they will even. I bet, dude, that's probably going to be like a Sunday at like 10 a.m. They'll finally open some lines.
It'll be something.
Also, Arthur Smith and Coach Vrabel revenge game in a way. Arthur Smith coached under Coach Vrabel, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
The offensive coordinator, I believe, for a bit.
That's kind of why I lean Tennessee, man. More than I think Will Levis is actually going to be a dog. I think Tennessee knows this offense that the Atlanta's running, on top of Desmond Ritter's incapabilities to protect the ball and run the offense at a high level. The Tennessee Titans with Coach Vrabel, they know the offense to a certain extent. And I don't know, man. Tennessee always, even when they're bad, they hit hard and they come to play.
This is going to be a physical game. This is going to be, the boys are going to be bruised and burnt after this. Not burnt, bruised and bloodied after this.
And it's going to be in Tennessee. Nashville fans, they show up. We've seen Atlanta do it every week. I don't know if they could do it again this week. I think there's a small vision I have of Tennessee winning this game by 10 to 17 points and Will Levis being a damn stud.
He might just be the only thing that I'm looking at is under, boy. These teams are 2-11 combined on the under. So there might not be a lot of points scored. We'll see. We'll see, though. Who knows? This is Will Levis. This is a whole new. They're like this. Stats can kind of get thrown out the
that's what's crazy.
Like,
we have no idea, but it's Will Levis.
No idea. This dude could be the Steph Curry of football, or this guy could be a Jag. We don't know, and not a gangster, just a guy.
Until 7:00 Sunday, that's literally what I'm gonna say. It's Will Levis. Every time somebody asks me a question, it's Will Levis. Like, we don't know. I don't know. Stop asking me shit. Let's start in the NFC East, baby. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, -7 on the road, taking on the Commanders. I got the Eagles -6.5. Love the Eagles still -7. I think the Eagles win this game by a lot. We watched the Commanders put up 7 against the Giants. The total in this game is 43.5. Man, game in Washington. What you thinking on this game? What's your thoughts?
So AJ Brown 25 plus yards is locked. So I don't know what I like in this game anymore. I'm just kidding. I lean the Eagle. I lean the. You hear the number I said?
That's probably -400. That's what all I was thinking.
Oh, easily. No, I like the Eagles this matchup. Commanders did play them close last time, but I feel like this is a different Commanders team kind of coming in. They do have the home field advantage, so I'm probably not going to be on the. I'm probably not going to be on any side on this game. I might live bet the Eagles like I did last time this game played. Live bet the Eagles at -2.5. Really happy. I'm going to probably try to do the same thing. And one thing I will be sure taking though, you can get it at +128, or if you like 25 extra yards, you can get it +270. AJ Brown 100 plus receiving yards +128. He's on a 5-game heater. You know the NBA Jam rules. I haven't put him in the force this year because we haven't got the year. NBA Jam rules. If he's done it more than 3 in a row, he's on fire. You got to ride it. I'm going him over 100 plus receiving yards. 128. If you like the 125, which is the exact number he's hit over now in 5 games, it's +270. So, I mean, it's plus money for him to get over 100 yards regardless. So, whichever one you like, feel free to bounce between the two. But that's what I like in this game. Simply because of the fact, NBA Jam rules. He's done it for 5 games in a row. Will he eventually not do it? Yes. But I'm going to ride it until it doesn't happen at this point.
Hey, that's my favorite thing to do in sports, man. Just bet it till it miss, man. Especially with things.
With that being said, also, maybe take Devontae Smith to score this week if that's the case. Or maybe, especially too, if you feel the opposite way, look at Devontae Smith's totals. Because if AJ Brown ain't going, it's the other guy over there. It's Batman and Batman. The other Batman's going.
Nah, I love Ben Smith's overs. Hadn't been good to me the last few weeks, but you're all right. Eventually, the total's gonna swing back once they start doubling Brown again. The Wars, the Jaguars -2.5 on the road going to Pittsburgh, taking on Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. The over and the under set at 40.5. I'm on the Steelers. I hate to keep doing this to y'all. I got them at +3. Just keep throwing out better numbers than is available. That's
I mean,
betting content right there. I gave
hey,
them out
if you want
yesterday
to
at
get,
+3, +2.5 right now. My bad.
or no, I was be like, hey, you can just take them at +3.5 for the Steelers, and only -156. Not horrible juice. If you that
Hey,
does suck though. Yeah, I mean, what can you do when you take it yesterday and the line changes a little bit because the people like it? Hey, that's why you got to hop on the lines. You got to take advantage. But no, honestly, I'm with you. I don't mind. I don't mind the Steelers in this game. I'm leaning Jags in this matchup, but I'm also not going to bet this game just simply for the fact that Steelers took my money last week in a game I didn't think they could win. And I was shocked. I guess I didn't think they could. I thought they could have maybe won last week. I was just shocked. I was honestly shocked. They played really well in that second half. I respect this defense a lot. I'm staying away.
That's my favorite thing to do is laugh at people who fade the Steelers. They undefeated, bro. Don't look it up. They just believe me. They've never
They're
lost
4 I don't.
ever.
They might be the worst 4-2 team in the NFL, honestly, which is crazy to say. They might be the worst 4-2 team in the NFL, but they just continue to find ways to win these ugly, disgusting games.
Psychological
Hey,
warfare. They don't play to their full potential because then they
yeah,
just
they
be
play like
dogging
dog shit,
everybody
to sleep, and then finally they start playing good. The team's like, holy shit, they're actually an actual football team.
under the radar, baby. Got to keep them
Man,
guessing.
Steelers are. Eli, hey, great comparison I heard. The next Eli Manning of our era, Kenny Pickett.
Hey,
Average all game, then has 1 or 2 good drives. I mean, the more I watch, the more I'm like, hey, man.
let me tell you
Find me
one
on.
thing I said about Eli Manning, and I argued it to the grave when I was a youngster in high school. 10-year period for a decade, Eli Manning was the best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't go best in the NFL, but that boy was cold.
He was the best in the
I can't
NFL.
go best. You can't say that when his brother's in the league,
For
Peyton
the
Manning. I mean,
just for
Tom
that
Brady's
one
in the league.
decade, and you got to pick out the I forget what it was, but like 05 to 15, Eli's the coldest.
And like 14, they were like 2-14.
By that time, he already had 2 of them, baby.
Hey, don't make me have to slander Eli. I'm with you. I'm not gonna say he's the best all time though for that 10-year period. I ain't gonna do that much, but he
Hey,
was cold. That boy Eli was cold. I can't argue with you with that.
how many quarterbacks not named Tom Brady got 2 rings while he got 2 rings?
Peyton Manning. That's
Maybe
I'd be
Roethlisberger.
it. Roethlisberger, yes, him. It was basically for the longest time. It was, I mean, Joe Flacco. I didn't get the rings, but I mean, for the longest time in the AFC in that era, it was either Joe Flacco, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, or Tom Brady. And yeah, on the NFC side, I mean, if you look at the NFC quarterbacks, then I don't think they were like amazing. That's what I think. I mean, Eli was a guy. I just can't get over. He was good. He was a guy. I love him. He took 2 rings from Tom Brady. I love him.
Hey, I'm just saying,
Like, he's
Kenny
like
Pickett getting compared to the GOAT, I'm cool with that.
Hey, he took 2 from Tom Brady. I can't argue with you that at all. I cannot.
Newman High School's finest. Yeah,
Ooh.
man. I love the
Ooh.
Steelers.
I look at this next game, man. It's a rivalry game.
Oh yeah, baby. We definitely New Orleans Saints favored on the road. They counting you out down there in Indianapolis, baby.
Disrespectful.
The Colts,
Disrespectful.
home dogs. Total set at 43.5. We both know where we stand on this game, fandom wise. Honestly, I honestly though, taking the fan out, I think this game is exactly what the numbers say. Pick 'em. I think whoever the
I agree.
hell don't lose the game gonna win the game.
Yep, I agree with you. It's going to be all about turnovers. If Carr can give, it's also going to be if Carr decides to actually throw the ball down the field, not do one route check down. Because the Colts defense is not that bad. I mean, I know they gave up like 30 some to the Browns, but I mean, if you watch the game in totality, I mean, they were putting some really bad spots. And truthfully, Gardner Minshew diced up that Cleveland Browns defense. The Saints have a good defense. The Browns are better than the Saints. So if you just go by that logic alone, you would think Gardner Minshew should be able to do all right. I truthfully just think the Colts are getting better as a team in total. So I like them in this game for that reason. I think they're getting better as a team. They're a home dog, kind of, even though it's minus 102. And it's just for the fact Jonathan Taylor's getting more reps. He's starting to look better. They're finally getting a run game in. The receivers are starting to do better. Josh Downs is a guy. And biggest thing I said with Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara. The more this is said, the more I'm starting to believe it. Alvin Kamara is the worst thing for the Saints offense, but not why you think. He's so good that Derek Carr is just like, I almost want to say fascinated with it. Where it's simply like he just literally he goes one route. He's like, I gotta get to Kamara. It's like look downfield, let me get it to Kamara. I mean, dude, your running back should not have 14.
Your mic cut out. Your mic cut out. I don't know if you can hear me.
We're good. I can hear you. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. My neck's freaked out for a little bit. But yeah, just basically sum it up real quick. Biggest thing is, like I was saying, Derek Carr, he's just checking it down to Kamara a little too much. And that's the biggest thing that's killing their offense. And then he's throwing the ball out of bounds and just like yelling at a wall like this. I mean, hey, you want to get a team to hate you real quick. Start yelling at them constantly, especially when you're one of the new guys.
No, I want to throw up just thinking about watching Derek Carr this Sunday against the damn Colts.
Sad, man.
Yeah. If y'all put up anything over, I don't know, 17 points, y'all win this game. Saints offense sucks.
That's a big goal. Yep.
They're not scoring over 17. If they do, y'all gave them a pick six or something. This offense ain't putting up more than 17 points. Derek Carr, you said it best, man. I love Kamara with all my heart, but you gotta throw the ball to Mike Thomas, especially when I'm betting Mike Thomas overs.
Suave.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I mean, they got guys he needs to throw the ball. Jimmy Graham in the red zone. I mean, they also need to figure out the red zone offense. Their red zone offense is horrendous sometimes.
The fact that number 87 instead of Jimmy Graham was back there.
Jimmy Graham catches that ball. That's all I'm saying. We can leave it there.
I'm about to get an aneurysm thinking about the damn Saints. Houston, Texans.
This line move, that sucks.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
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 Still like it, but
Yeah.
Still like it, but sucks. Yes, bro.
Texans
Should've jumped on it.
minus 3.5, baby. I mean, it's damn near even money though. It might come back. Texans minus 3.5 on the road. I actually think Carolina covers, even though they lose by 1 or 2. I think it's gonna be one of them ugly ass 17-16 games.
Yep.
The over is 43.5. I almost lean under just because the Panthers stink. And as good as CJ Stroud is, Texans still struggle to put up points. I think both of these teams stay in the teens. I don't think it gets over 35.
You might be right. We got the battle of the number 1 pick versus number 2 overall pick. Going to be interesting. Give me the Texans minus 3. Took it at 3, but I guess I got to take it at 3.5 now. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't cover. I just personally think I said on my show I'm going to fade and bet against the Panthers until they win their first game. And then once they win their first game, I'll still probably keep doing it. They are just a horrible team. I continue to say it every single week. Frank Reich, he gave up play calling duties. That's how bad it's getting over there. We'll see if just being a coach can handle his responsibilities. But I just think he looks tired, man. He should have taken the year off. He just looks burnt out. And the Panthers defensively have gotten worse since they got rid of Steve Wilkes. Yeah, just give me the Texans, man. CJ Stroud's been playing awesome. Lights out. They're coming off a bye, I believe.
Yeah, they are, because he was at the damn Ohio State game.
Yes, he was at Ohio State. Yeah. Give me the Texans off a bye. I just think the Panthers are gonna. I could definitely see a world where the Panthers are keep it close and cover, but I just have a feeling that CJ Stroud's gonna show them why they maybe should have picked him. Maybe should have taken him one instead. I think he has a little bit of that in him. That's why CJ has a little bit of dog in him. So I can't wait for him to get in that game and be like, oh, you guys thought Bryson better than me?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
No,
Love it.
I think Bryce is spelled P-I-G, trash, big trash. Rams taking on the Cowboys plus 6.5. The Rams are on the road. Cowboys home favorites. I like the total here. I'm gonna go over 45.5. I also like the Rams plus 6.5, but I'm gonna stick it with the over and not worry about the Rams keeping it close. Hopefully, just one of these offenses can get rolling, and maybe if I'm lucky, they both get rolling and the over hits with ease. Give me over 45.5 on this Rams and Cowboys.
Yeah, I got nothing in this game as well. I just think it's I'm interested to watch this game, see how it goes. I will be taking either Cooper Cup, Daryl Henderson, or Puka Nakua to score. All plus money. One of them three are gonna score. It's just basically I don't know who. I'm not gonna give out a specific one, but I'm telling you between one of those three. Those are the three biggest pieces of an offense. I don't know who I'm gonna take yet. That's why I can't give it out.
Yeah, it's just funny. I'm gonna give you a little.
I'll give you a little alley to walk in.
Yeah.
Just know there's a chance you might get jumped in it. You should be fine, but you might choose the alley you're going to get jumped in.
Hey,
it's like a mystery door.
It might be a beautiful
No,
one.
mystery door you want.
You never know.
No, honestly, I don't. One of those three are for sure going to score. I just don't know. I kind of want to lean Daryl Henderson for sure. Like I think I'm going to take him regardless, just receiver wise. I'm not 100% sure. He's Daryl Henderson's going to be their guy for these few weeks while they're missing the running back. So that's all I got in this game. Other than that, yeah, I'm probably just going to enjoy watching this game as a football game.
New York, New York. City so nice, they named it twice. Both New York teams going up against each other. Both New York teams at home for this one. The New York Jets taking on the New York Football Giants, baby. Boy, oh boy. If this was, I don't know, 1975, 87, it'd be a treat. Giants plus 3 at home, over 36.5. I'm going to be on the Giants plus 3. Give me the G-Men, baby.
Only took us 56 minutes, baby. Give me the Jets minus 3. I just think the Jets are better defensively. I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be back or not, but I'm basically writing the Jets in their defense in this matchup in their road game that they're playing in. I mean, it's going to be half green, half blue, I feel like. Might be more green than blue, potentially even, because I feel like the Giants fans are kind of sad about their season, while the Jets have a lot more life now. Give me the Jets to win this game. I like the Jets mainly because, like I said, I think their defense is slightly better. Their coach does scare me, but Brian Daboll's been yelling at everybody on the sideline, so it seems like he's a little stressed out with their situation going on. I just think, I hate to say, the Jets might have more offensive weapons too than the Giants. I like Breece Hall and Saquon. I think they're going to be evenly matched up there. But then you go to the receiver wise, I think the Jets have slightly more receiver talent. Give me the Jets to win this game. And you know what? You want a little alley for somebody to score. They don't got it up. Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson. One of those two boys are reaching the end zone today.
Breece? I'm going to be honest with you. I watched the Giants defense 2 weeks ago hold the Bills to 14 points. I watched the Giants defense last week hold the Commanders to 7 points. I watched Tyrod Taylor prove to the entire world that Daniel Jones is a scrub. And I think this New York Giants team is turning a new leaf. And I also think the Jets have 3 cornerbacks that are questionable and were out last week are coming back.
That scared me.
So Tyrod Taylor lets it fly this weekend. Give me the G-Men, baby. Going face to face with my man JCP.
I'm glad I'm on the Jets personally. I don't even care if they lose. I don't want to root for the Giants, man.
I got
the Jets have at least won me money this year, so it's like at least I have some rich. It's like, yeah, I can kind of root for them, man. I just don't. I can't believe the Giants won last week. The Bills game. I mean, it's just those were not 2 fun games to watch. Let me tell you what. I might not watch. I'm going to obviously watch this game, but this might not be a fun game. This might be an ugly 13-3, 13-10 type game.
No, this is the Giants football, baby. They start off slow, ugly. Everybody counts them out. Next thing you know, they 9-8, made a wild card team, and Eli Manning is walking away with a damn ring. This feels like a Giants football season. Hopefully they keep Tyrod Taylor all year. Send Daniel Jones back home packing. We already talked about the Falcons and the Titans to start it off. Let's move on to New England, the Patriots, plus 9.5, going down south to the 305, Miami Dolphins, baby. Almost 10-point favorites at home. The total 46.5. I'm going on the over on this one. I hate to say it, because every time I say this, every game goes under. But I think it's going to be an over week in the NFL. Give me Miami. Give me New England over 46.5. And that's all I think about this game. I think Tyreek Hill. Something about Tua, but I think he's going to play.
Tyreek practiced yesterday. He should be good.
Yeah.
I think it's good to go.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think they get out of hand with this game. Even though it's a
Yeah, I
division
agree
game,
too.
I think it gets disrespectful.
Patriots got a huge win last week against the. Hey, and the biggest thing about New England, they somehow always lose in Miami. They always lose in Miami for some reason. So I would not mind the Dolphins at all, but I'm just going to stay away because it's a big number. I would love to see in the best universe, the Patriots. It's a similar situation to the Panthers, where the Patriots score the first touchdown or something. You're able to get the Dolphins at a good line, and then the Dolphins just roll. I could potentially see it like going like that.
Oh no, Panthers go up 14-0. I slammed. I came off the top of the
Oh,
couch, elbow
oh,
down on the keyboard, hitting the Dolphins -4.5.
easy. I took a -6.5. It got to 14. I'm like, give me the 1.5 too. Even took them a little bit of money line. I'm like, there's no way they're losing to the Panthers. I was okay. I was okay being financially poor. I'm just
No,
I was
that's the
ready to
time
go
where
down
it's
with
like,
that
bro,
shit.
if the Panthers beat me, dog, I lost.
Man, if I
Uh,
lose to Frank Reich again, that guy got me. He got me.
Man, NFC North Vikings taking on the Packers, who have disappointed the entire world. Packers looking like hot garbage the last few weeks, falling apart every chance they
Hot
get,
garbage.
while the Vikings on the uprise. 3 wins in a row for the team that I chose to win the division. Vikings, baby. Give me them on the money line this week. I hate to do this to y'all again. I got a -115. It was -108 yesterday when I gave it out. -126 right now. Give me the Vikings to win this game by a lot and get to 500. Kirk Cousins, the GOAT.
Yep, I'm basically on you with there. The Packers are big butt booty trash. They piss me off. I just hate them, man. I'm tired of betting Packers teams and watching them lose to teams they shouldn't lose to. So of course they're probably going to beat the Vikings because they shouldn't. But I'm on the Vikings as well. I just think that the Vikings are finally getting something clicking. I think they're having a chance where it's like, hey, they might be bring Justin Jefferson back at this point now with how many wins they're getting. So this is good sign for them. I mean, there's a real chance they sit them if they have a chance to get that one pick. Caleb Williams does want the Vikings. He wants to
Caleb
go there and
Williams
get that
is
2%
trash,
interest.
bro.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings. We don't need to go on a Caleb Williams rant. We can save that for next week.
Browns +3.5 taking on the Seahawks, baby. I'm not betting this game. I haven't bet this game, but for some reason, this Browns +3.5 just don't feel right.
Oh, not at
Seahawks
all.
offense struggling. Browns defense one of the best. I'm taking it, man. Give me the Browns +3.5. I don't care who the quarterback is.
Yeah, I'm just watching. I think this will be a fun game to watch. It's really weird what's going on to Deshaun Watson, though. I mean, if you watched him during that Colts game, though, if anybody had any questions about his shoulder injury, I mean, that boy, I don't know if you saw any of those throws. I mean, those were middle school throws. There was no power on them all. The ball was like a lollipop there. I mean, Deshaun Watson's clearly not right. So I think PJ Walker, at least with him in, the defense knows kind of like, hey, we got to be on our A game. Because with Deshaun Watson and the defense knows like, hey, we can give up one or two, be okay. Like, with him in, I mean, they can't at all. Seattle's been struggling in the red zone recently. I mean, they even struggled a little bit against the Cardinals in the red zone. So I like the Browns as well. I'm not going to take anything in this game though. I'm very excited to watch though.
Shout out PJ
Very
Walker
excited.
being the luckiest quarterback in the history of quarterback. Comes from the XFL. As soon as he goes to the Panthers, they need him. They put him in. As soon as he gets with the Browns, Deshaun Watson gets hurt. Everywhere he goes,
Oh,
he
it's
actually gets to
insane.
play. You know what I mean? A lot of backups just sit on the
It's
bench
insane.
their whole career. PJ Walker is in the
I was
game,
hashtag blessed, as
like
my
EA
old head
Sports.
coach would say. Yeah, that boy. Hey, that boy just knows where to go, man. It's crazy. I feel the opposite about Naeem Hines real quick. I felt bad for him. He left the Colts, goes to the Bills. All of a sudden, the Colts need a running back. And now, when the Bills need a running back, he's hurting out. It's just like, man, it's crazy how some of those guys' careers work, where it's like, man, you just are always in the wrong spot versus and you might be better than PJ Walker, but PJ Walker always finds
Yeah,
himself in that spot where they need him. Need
right.
that boy.
Yeah, there's dozens of backup quarterbacks better than PJ Walker, but PJ Walker is the one that gets the minutes. Bengals, baby, on the road, +4.5. Somebody shoot me. Taking on the 49ers. I got this at +3.5. I'm about to double down at +4.5. The over here is 43.5. Not mad at that either. I've been banging 49ers overs. They've been a little slow these last few weeks, but I honestly think this is the Joe Burrow show, and he comes out and proves a point that he is 100% healthy and 100% ready to make a run to the Super Bowl. Bengals +4.5. I'm slamming the Bengals +4.5. I already got it at +3.5. 49ers, man. All this talk about Purdy maybe being there, maybe not being there. Purdy's not 100%. Give me the Bengals. I might even take the money line if Purdy's not 100%.
And this game has me really nervous now with him in concussion protocols. I'm almost more nervous to see Sam Darnold in there too. That's the worst part. That's what even gets me worse. Like I won't lie, I'm not betting this game at all. I'm very excited to watch. I do lean Bengals a little bit as well, especially if Purdy is out. But for some weird reason, man, I just feel like Sam Darnold in the Shanahan system, he might look a little nice. That does have me scared, really, really scared. I will admit, but yeah, Joe Burrow, the Bengals have been looking a lot better. They're coming off a bye after a big win. I mean, it's the only thing going against them is they're traveling to the Bay. That's about it. But past that, yeah, I don't mind the over as well. I do have one bet in this game, and it's the bet I give out every single week until it's minus 200.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey score a touchdown. Come on, you know what it is. If it's not minus 200, I'm taking it. He's scored in 16 straight games. Let's make it 17.
Holly Grove.
My boy.
Yeah, I think
That's how a white man runs the football. Shout out. Dude, I love that. Hey, I love that movie, man. Love that movie. For those of you who don't know, Longest Yard.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Or was that Goldberg? Which one was it?
Oh, that might be Goldberg, I think. Oh, it might be Stone Cold. I can't remember either. It's one of those bald whites. That's how a white man runs the football. Dude, it fits so well now. I love it.
Baltimore, the Ravens, minus 9.5 on the road down there.
This was 8 yesterday.
Glendale, Arizona. Yeah, it was 8 and a hook. Ravens taking some money. Total set at 44.5. I have nothing on this game. Shout out Glendale.
Shout out. Yeah, no, I might take the Ravens at some point. I just don't know for sure yet. Cardinals aren't a big second half team, so maybe this might be a good live line to get them in the second. Like take the whatever the at halftime, take whatever the Ravens spread is, unless they're up like 5 bajillion. But after seeing what they did against the Lions last week, they're probably due for a slight letdown. Like I don't think they're going to score the first 4 possessions like they did last week. But I mean, they're able to do that against the Lions. They should be able to handle the business against the Cardinals. Like realistically, Lamar shouldn't be playing in the fourth quarter. That's how they should be handling this game. But there's a chance this Cardinals team is feisty. They might stay in it. So I'm gonna be keenly watching this game with my eyes. Very curious about this number because I do lean 9.5, but I don't know if I'm gonna bet it.
Yes, sir. Chiefs taking on the Broncos, baby, in a division foe or rivalry. Sean Payton, first game against Mahomes as the Broncos coach. Total set at 47.5.
Oh, I just said that boy Mahomo.
All right. Chiefs minus 7.5 on the road. Honestly, I'm not touching this game. I don't know why I see the Broncos staying with them. It's probably gonna end up ugly, 52-0. But I'm staying away.
Nah. By the way, something I want to throw out there real quick. You watched the Saints game. You watched the whole Saints game last week, right? You remember Toy Story? Doesn't Derek Carr look like Sid when he's angry on the bench? Just sitting there like this? Yeah. Looks straight like Sid. That gets me every time. I just can't get over how much he looks like Sid.
Nah, I can see it.
Or Sid and that kid from The Incredibles. That I can't think of the name, but the main villain in Incredibles 1. When he's looking, especially when he's looking like that, I mean, gets me every time. That's all I can think about. But yeah, give me. Speaking of Mahomo, my homeboy is this week. Give me the Chiefs minus 7.5. Just like you said, I think they are just going to wax this team. They're starting to look like the Chiefs of old, where they're starting to cover a little bit more. The biggest news, though, if Taylor Swift is at this game, give me Travis Kelce over 100 yards receiving. Have you seen the stats? It's so stupid, but it's crazy. Hey, that boy feels some type of way when his lady's there. His over-under's at 80.5 right now. If you want to get it at 100.5, sorry, that's receptions. I think it's like plus 120, plus 168 for him over 100 yards. That is kind of tempting. And then one more. Yeah, it might be one more that I'm going to for sure give out. Give me that boy, Rashee Rice, anytime touchdown. He has been coming onto the scene as of late. He's starting to pull himself away from the rest of the receivers. I probably will take his over potentially too, but I like him to score this weekend. I don't know what it is, but I think he gets in the end zone.
Hey, I ain't mad at it, man. Chiefs definitely, I think they roll. I just haven't taken it for some reason. I had a lot of other bets I liked, and 7.5 just felt a little big. Moving on to this game, and now this is just going to show you the ignorance I just said. I said I had a lot of other games I liked, so I didn't bet the Chiefs. Give me the Bears plus the points. That's one of the other bets that I liked more than the Chiefs. That just shows
Man,
what's happening.
disgusting.
The
That boy
Bears,
getting
baby.
nasty.
Hey, if Justin Fields ain't playing, I'm betting the Bears.
That boy Teabag. That boy Teabag is kind of nice with it, huh?
I'll take the money line if he starts. I think he's starting. I haven't heard. I haven't looked it up.
Should be. Should be.
I'm
I don't
going.
think. I don't. Fields might be done this year potentially.
I'm going plus 360 on the money line, and I'm taking the plus 8.5 for insurance.
That boy Teabag, Tyson Badgett. Yeah, I. By the way, somebody heard him call it Teabag. That's his new nickname for me for forever now. I love it. Because
Hey,
it goes both ways. Either he does the teabagging or he got teabagged. It's great. Great nickname to use. I like the Chargers this matchup. I think it's way too big of a number, though. I can see the Chargers winning by 3. But I think the nice part is for the Chargers is they got the kind of the script out on our boy Teabag last week against the Raiders defense. They kind of saw they got to see what he can do. So it's kind of like they know kind of what to expect now at least. But yeah, I'm just not going to bet this game. I'm going to pray that the Chargers just win this game.
hey,
For their sake, at least. They need to win bad. Like, they desperately need to win bad. If they don't win this game, it's going to be.
and that's why
I don't even want to talk about it.
because I don't believe in them. I don't think they right. I don't think they want to be right. They putting 10 times, 100 times more pressure on themselves than they need because, like you just said, the whole world thinks they're in a must-win situation in Week 8.
I mean, blame's finally going to Herbert, too. I mean, yeah, it's finally to a point where it's like, man, this team, they just need to play better. They aren't playing up to expectations, which maybe their expectations are a little too high for the Chargers, if we're being for real. But we don't create the narratives. We just react to them, right?
Hey,
I mean, you told me, I think the Chargers are an 8-9 team every single season until they prove otherwise, because that's my whole lifetime. I've just watched 8-9 Chargers team do. Oh, hey, look, sorry, they're 9-5. Whoa,
end
like,
up 9 and
come
8.
on, man.
No, they
It's
do it all the
same
time.
stuff every year.
I used to watch
Same-
them
same year.
W11 in 6 and end up 11 in, I mean, whatever. They always end up 500 at the end of the year, no matter how good they start or how bad they start. I definitely think the hype is unreal on the Chargers. I don't believe. I'm tired of hearing them talked about as an 11-win team before the season. That's just where I'm at on it. The line on Monday night, baby. Last game of the week.
Dropping.
I know. I know. I wrote it down at 8.5. I haven't bet it yet, but it's at 7.5. Money coming in on the Raiders. I was gonna put money on the Raiders. 7.5. I'm not too sure. I'll definitely just probably wait till Monday and really do a deep dive on this game. But I was gonna take Raiders at 8.5. If it was on a Sunday.
If I had to bet somebody, I lay in the Lions just mainly because they're at home. Jared Goff at home is the boy. And I think that they need a big win after what happened last week. I think they're going to light up the scoreboard regardless. I mean, the over is not a bad play, I don't think. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm probably going to wait a little bit. I easily see the Lions scoring about. The biggest thing is going to be the Lions defense. If the Lions defense is going to hold the Raiders, I easily see the Lions scoring about 20. Easily, they're going to score about 20 to 28. I just don't know how much the Raiders are going to score.
See, that's the thing. If the Lions only score 20-23, I think the Raiders can get 16-17. Cover that.
Yeah, and then they backdoor that easily. That's why I'm scared to take this number. Yeah, I truly don't know what to expect from the Raiders. Especially after last week. I had to apologize on my show about it. I mean, goddamn, I thought they were going to play Aiden O'Connell, but they played that statue of an archaic man. They pulled out the nursing home, Brian Hoyer. I mean, that boy's in a nursing home, and they had to wheel his ass out there to play a game. I mean, they play him again, they're going to lose by like 500. But Jimmy G might be back as well, which I don't know what that means for them either. So it's going to be a weird game. I'll tell you what. It's going to be a fun one, but a weird one.
Man, just looking ahead, it is a lot of 1.5 to 2.5 lines next week, bro.
Next week, I was doing that as we were talking. Yeah, next week's going to be dirty. Hey, I'm just saying, hey boys, grab your raincoats, grab your mud boots, grab your extra pair of pants. It's going to get dirty next week. I tell you what.
A lot of money line parlays. I can see it now.
Oh, Colts minus 2.5 over Panthers. I can tell you. Give me that. Hey, give me that, man. Frank Reich revenge game. We're gonna beat that dude's ass for what he did to ours. What he did to us.
I believe it, bro. Man. Anything else you want to add to the people?
No, I'm all good, man. I'm excited for a weekend. Shout out Stare Down Sports. Feel free to check that out if you're curious for my nasty boy plays for Carlton NFL. I have no idea what I'm going to take just yet. I'm going to do more of that research tonight. And then, yeah, basically just shout out, man. Appreciate you for having me on. Always a blast.
Man, always a blast.
A lot of fun.
Always appreciate it. You taking the time out to come talk to my peoples here on Captain By a Hook with the Red Beard, presented by Stare Down Sports.
And it's about your time too, man. It's about what we like 10 days away now, 9 days.
Oh my God. I can go another hour just on the excitement I have for college basketball.
It's close, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm checking out Monday. Monday, y'all gonna be mad. Y'all might not hear no other sports talked about next week, but college basketball. No, I'm kidding. But it's gonna be a lot of college hoops coming next week. This weekend, I'll probably just get in my cave and continue the homework all week. I'm gonna put in about 3 to 6 hours of just college basketball for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. Almost done with everything I want to get done. Almost got all my futures in. I'm still waiting on books to put win totals up because these cowards don't want anybody to get ahead of the curve.
Well, hey, I'm gonna have to have you on next week then, so you can give me some futures for my peoples. Because yeah, I won't even lie to you people. I'm probably not gonna do the deep dive that he's gonna do at college. If he's already doing it, I got no reason to do it. I'll stick in my lane with football, so we at least have both covered. But I am excited for college basketball, truly. I am very excited. This is going to be, like you said, this is the last season where we're going to see, this is the last season that with the conferences and everything I basically grew up with, potentially being, the same before everything just becomes weird and different. So I'm excited just to enjoy that part of it.
Man. This is going to be the last great season. After this, we're going to have about 6 to 10 seasons that nobody knows what to do. And right when the sport's about to die, they're going to just break it all back up again, and we're going to go back to a West Coast conference and an East Coast conference and a South conference instead of everybody flying across the damn country. But like I said, I can go another hour just on college basketball alone. Purdue tied with Kansas and Duke as the favorite to win the national championship. I can guarantee you that does not happen. Although I am excited about
I can guarantee you that probably ain't happening, boy. I mean, bro, they got upset by a 16 seed last year. What the hell? Ain't no way. Hey, wait for that number to drop. The books are tripping with that one. They just trying to take your money. Wait for that number to drop.
The fourth favorite.
Wait for that number to drop.
The fourth favorite is my Michigan State Spartans, and I can guarantee you that they also will make it to the Final Four.
I just can't believe that. I mean, do they not see what Purdue does every year? We don't need to talk about it. I mean, until a team proves otherwise, they are who you thought they were. Okay. That's the true thing in sports. Don't let that get out of your head. That's like my advice for the day. They are who you thought they were. For example, the Cardinals. We knew they were going to be bad. They might be feisty, but they can't finish games. They are who we thought we were. Matt Painter can't win the big games in the tournament. He is who we thought he is. No, I really hope Purdue does decent. I'm happy that they're the favorite, but that might be as close to a natty as they're sniffing this year as the favorites on the sports book.
No, it's a crazy top 6, bro. After Michigan State, it's Kentucky and Creighton. So I don't know what the heck. But honestly,
also shout out baseball. We're talking all the sports today. We haven't talked about that. Shout out baseball real quick while we're in the middle of college basketball.
World Series.
Touch everything today. Hey, we touched everything today. We did it.
World Series. I didn't even look at NBA or hockey, but F it.
Oh shit. NBA. There's basketball players dribbling the ball tonight. Hockey. I think there's only 2 or 3 games in hockey.
Bro, there's 20 games in the NBA. I apologize for not doing that. There's a bunch of games in hockey too, bro.
Oh man, yeah, there is. Yeah, we missed 2 sports. That sucks.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. It is Friday, and it's all about football before the weekend. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.
Jokic points, rebounds, assists. Luka points, rebounds, assists.